Sorry.
On the left.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Paul Geaney, otherwise known to many as Lynn Geaney's husband. I have not done as much work as Lynn has on this, but I think our collective efforts as a room are probably less than what Lynn has put into this. And thank you very much for everything that you've done. Janet, I know that you are very focused on the falling enrollment. And obviously you guys are very focused on the projections that the demographer has made. One small thing that concerns me is that this room has managed to own the data in that document that was given to us at lunchtime today. We own it, we're asking you profound and serious questions about it, and you're kicking the touch saying they're really questions for the demographer. If this decision is going to get made on the basis of an assumption that we really are uncomfortable with as a community around projections of enrollment, the answer can't be the demographer told us. You have to own the data along with them, okay? This isn't the essence of what I wanted to say, and I'm going to keep it brief, genuinely. But I've heard you say a couple of times, Janet, that we've lost 1,000 kids in a decade or so. And that is terrifying, but it's actually not true. There's only 1,000 child loss from peak to trough if you include the very conservative projections. We have actually lost 700 kids since the peak. But can I slice the data a slightly different way? This is a slide from Dr. Grip's presentation of today. In actual fact, I can happily report this district has gained 233 children in 19 years. And I can also happily report that in the decade to 2007, this district gained 550 pupils. Bravo! The decline started with the recession. That's a fact. I don't want to make any more point than that about that point. They're facts, and they're in the same presentation. Okay. What I really wanted to say is that Lynn has been through many big documents. I found one that was 1 page. And it is the Article 9 402A procedures document. It's not exactly Shakespearean in its eloquence, but I did make it to bullet A. The factors to be considered by the committee in the educational impact statement shall include, but not be limited to, the current and projected pupil enrollment, the prospective need for such building, and the ramifications of such closing upon the community. With all respect, and with the greatest will in the world, I don't think that this committee is achieving that. And maybe I'll be wrong when the education impact statement is released, but just to give examples, we haven't seen the transportation document, but we know it will come. I understand there's going to be no traffic impact analysis as part of that document. I think that's a very serious concern we have in the broader community sense, the impact of closing the school. There has been no attempt to measure the potential impact on real estate values. Those impacts are real, they are documented in academic reports, and I'm not saying that ultimately is sufficient to stop you guys deciding to close a school. It has to be part of the analysis, and it's not. I may be wrong, but I don't believe there's been any significant outreach to business people and retailers in the community. I don't believe there's any broader economic impact statement that is being prepared as part of this. And I think that's fundamental to understanding the ramifications of such closing upon the community, to quote the document. And finally, there has been no attempt to understand how a reduction in the tax assessments of the houses in the most affected area will impact the taxes that those in other parts of the district will have to pay. They will go up because our property prices will go down. And I think you guys need to be honest about that. and I think you need to do your very level best to try and understand what that effect might be. You guys can correct me. I don't think any of those factors have been taken into account. I think it is your fiduciary responsibility, in actual fact, given the reading of this document, that you do that. And I don't think if you haven't started by now, you can achieve that by December 5th. Last point on that is I know that you received a letter from the town of Lewisboro. I didn't write it myself, just to tell you, but I would like to have. I thought it spoke to some of these issues better than I have been able to this evening. I understand that the town has requested a meeting with the committee. I'd like to know if you have responded, if you intend to have a meeting, and if so, how you intend to address the concerns that the town